Hey guys, got a new folding knife today. Figured I'd show it. It's the SIG 3PV. So let's get started with the tactical stuff. I like it. It's about 8 3/4 inch long, which is a really good size folding knife in my opinion. Just the blade is right about 4 inches long. It's a little off, sorry. It's right there. It's about 4 inches long, and then the stock closed is 4 3/4. So it does make up a good portion of the size. It is 6 ounces, and so I think, you know, a little bit of weight, but overall not too big of a deal. You are getting over an 8-inch long knife, fully extended, so I think you can compromise with that. I am. Few cool things that I liked about it. This is fully stock. I haven't done any sharpening to it or anything as of this point, other than I did play with the handle a little bit. It was a little tight when I got it, and it might be just right for you, but I thought it was a little tight, and so I fixed it, and it gets that quick release out. Let's talk lefty talk, because I am a lefty, and so I know some guys are discouraged about a pocket clip because it gets in the way, because most of the time they'll put it on the left side, and you know, doesn't really work for a lefty. This is a great knife for you if you're having that same problem and you want a 8-inch tactical knife. You unscrew the 3 screws right there, and I'm going to do this a little later, and you guys can make out those 3 holes right there at the top. You take out the 3 screws and you put the pocket lock on this side, and you just simply put the screws back in, screw it in, and you have a left-handed knife. And you know, it's good because it also has the ambidextrous thumb knot thing on both sides, and it is really sharp actually, and this came straight out of the box like this. I haven't sharpened it yet at all, so let's do paper tests, show you guys. I'm not as good as Cutlery Lover at this, but let's see if I can get a thin one real quick for you. I was able to do one earlier. It's not greatly thin, but you can see that that's pretty thin, you know. And I'm sure if you had somebody that was more experienced with the paper cutting stuff, they'd be able to do it. It's just I'm not that talented with it. Let me get it in frame so you guys can see. And this isn't like some fancy paper. This is just stuff that I had in my notebook at the time, so that's what I'm using. As you can see though, pretty sharp little knife. I shouldn't say little. Alright, let's talk about some other features that I found really cool. Since we just talked about the pocket lock, it is really high on the knife, which I like because then it can set deep in your pocket and you're not going to have the butt of the knife sticking out. And some guys like it. It depends what I'm trying to do with it. If it's sitting on the outside of the knife, I like a deep pocket like this style of pocket clip. If it's going in my pocket, I prefer actually to have a little bit sticking out so you can pull it out. But to each his own. The jimping though, I was a little disappointed on it, especially it being a SIG. I was really looking forward to having a little more jimping, I thought. The only jimping on here, you can't really make it out because this is a little bit of a cruddy camera, but it only goes from the base, right back here, to from the top of my fingernail to the top of the other finger, and that's it. There's not any more jimping for the thumb. There is a little jimping right here. You can make that out kinda, but it's too far spaced to do any good, and same thing back here. I think it's mainly for aesthetic views, just to make it look good, which is fine, but I would have liked to see more jimping. But that can be easily fixed. You know, you go out there with a rotating saw, and you just real quick and you got some more jimping, which I'll probably do later once I get my hands on one. But as I was saying, 6 ounces, really sharp. Another thing that I liked is that it does have the stud, because often if you get into cold weather or something like that, you can't often open a knife with, like, I've had experiences with some of the Spyderco knives with the littler handles that when you get a glove on, real snow glove, no parlor tricks here, you can't often get it to open, especially with a thumb, with a glove on. So that's what I like, the stud. Now, a lot of the Spyderco knives though are really well made, where they have a really big nice hole in it so you can grip it. But you know what, some of those knives go upwards of $250. I got this for $100, so I was real happy about that, actually. And you could probably find it cheaper online. It's just looking around for it. Let's talk about other stuff. The grip, I like it because it's that plastic grip, so it lightens up on it, as well as it's a really good grip. It's really grippy, you know, not a lot of slide. They took out the back metal. It really wasn't necessary. It didn't come with back metal, so it lightened up on it, part of it being 6 ounces. Liner lock, or the pocket lock, is really good, actually. I thought it was a little flimsy at first, but it's held its own. I was really happy about that, actually. So, my SigTac knife. But one thing, and if you guys find out, please message me. I'd be interested to find out. Right here, I don't think you guys can make it out, but it says USA on the bottom, and then you flip it over and it gives Italy and then the serial number. So if you find out exactly where it's made or what's the deal with that, message me. I'd like to know, actually. Anyway, let's see. I think that covers just about everything I had to talk about with this knife. Really good knife. Really, really good. And I think it covers the 2 kinds of cool. I don't know if you've ever seen that Nut and Fancy guy. He's really good, and if you really want some good reviews on knives and just some cool stuff, he's really good at that. He knows his stuff. And anyway, getting back to the point, he talks about the 2 kinds of cool. The aesthetic cool, which in my opinion, it has a really good look to it. It looks kind of really neat, as well as function cool, and I think that embodies a lot of good function too with this knife. So, like I said, it's very ambidextrous, which I like too, because I am a lefty by heart, but to do this video I kind of have to use my right hand, which is cool. Really stern, put out, liner lock. I think that's it, guys. Have fun, be safe. I'll be back with some more cool videos. Hopefully I'll be able to show you guys some guns, some other cool stuff that I've acquired, and have fun.